Hey everyone, Linus here, and today we're diving deep into the belly of the beast, your computer. More specifically, we're tackling the CPU and cooler, those essential components working tirelessly to keep your system from bursting into flames, figuratively of course. Over time, these hardworking parts accumulate dust, grime, and even the remnants of your old thermal paste. This buildup can lead to overheating, performance throttling, and nobody wants a sluggish system, right? That's why a good deep clean is crucial for maintaining your PC's peak performance and extending its lifespan. Don't worry, it's not as daunting as it sounds. With a few simple tools and a little guidance, you'll be cleaning like a pro in no time. So let's get this show on the road. First, let's talk about thermal paste. It's that gooey substance that sits between your CPU and cooler, ensuring efficient heat transfer. Over time, it can dry out and lose its effectiveness. Removing the old thermal paste is essential. Use isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth to gently clean the surface. Make sure it's spotless before applying a new layer. When applying new thermal paste, a small pea-sized amount in the center of the CPU is usually enough. Spread it evenly to ensure full coverage. Next, reattach the CPU cooler, making sure it's securely fastened. This will help maintain optimal contact and heat dissipation. Now let's tackle the dust. Use compressed air to blow away dust from the CPU cooler, fans, and other components. Be thorough, but gentle to avoid damaging any parts. Once everything is clean and reassembled, power up your PC and enjoy the improved performance. A clean CPU is indeed a happy CPU. Before we get our hands dirty, let's gather our trusty tools. Having the right tools at your disposal can make all the difference in ensuring a smooth and efficient process. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-time DIYer, the right setup can save you time and prevent potential mishaps. Don't worry, you won't need a NASA-grade toolkit for this operation. Here's what you'll need: a clean, well-lit workspace. This is crucial because good lighting helps you see all the tiny details and ensures you don't miss anything important. Plus, a clean space helps you stay organized and focused. Your kitchen table or desk will do just fine. It doesn't have to be fancy, just functional. Make sure it's sturdy enough to hold your components and tools without wobbling. Just make sure it's free of clutter and potential static hazards. Clutter can lead to misplaced tools or components, and static can damage sensitive electronics. A tidy workspace is a safe workspace. Isopropyl alcohol, 99% preferred. This is our go-to cleaning solution. It's highly effective at dissolving thermal paste and other residues without leaving any moisture behind. This will be our magic cleaning potion to dissolve that stubborn thermal paste. Make sure to use it sparingly and avoid soaking your components. Lint-free cloths or coffee filters. These are perfect for wiping down sensitive surfaces without leaving any residue behind. Regular cloths can leave fibers that might interfere with your components. These are perfect for wiping down sensitive surfaces without leaving any residue behind. Anti-static wrist strap. This is a must-have for anyone working with electronics. Static electricity is a silent killer of electronics. Even a small static discharge can fry your components, rendering them useless. Protect your components by grounding yourself. Attach the strap to your wrist and clip the other end to a grounded object. This simple step can save you from costly mistakes. A non-metallic tool, like a plastic pry tool or a credit card. Metal tools can scratch or damage delicate surfaces, so it's best to use something non-conductive. This will come in handy for gently prying off the CPU cooler. Thermal paste. This is essential for maintaining optimal thermal conductivity between your CPU and cooler. We'll talk more about brands later, but you'll need some fresh paste to optimize heat transfer. Make sure to apply it evenly to avoid air bubbles. Optional canned air for blasting away dust bunnies from your cooler's fins. Dust can accumulate over time and reduce the efficiency of your cooling system. Got everything? Great. With all your tools in place, you're now ready to tackle the task at hand. Let's move on to the main event. Alright, time to get up close and personal with your PC. Carefully open up your computer case, making sure to disconnect all power cables and ground yourself with your anti-static wrist strap. Now, locate your CPU cooler. It's that big, usually metal block sitting on top of your motherboard. Depending on your cooler type, you'll need to release some clips or screws to detach it. Take your time and be gentle. The cooler might be a bit stuck due to the dried thermal paste, so a little wiggling, not too much, might be needed. Once the cooler is free, gently lift it straight up and away from the CPU. With the cooler out of the way, you'll see your CPU nestled in its socket on the motherboard. It's that small square chip with a bunch of tiny pins. Before we can clean it, we need to free it from its socket. Locate the metal lever or latch holding the CPU in place. Carefully lift or release this lever and the CPU should pop up slightly, making it easier to remove. Gently lift the CPU straight up from the socket, holding it by its edges. Avoid touching the gold contacts on the bottom. Now place your CPU on a clean, anti-static surface like the packaging it came in. Time to give it a spa treatment. Section 5. Cleaning Rituals. Banishing the Grime. In this section we will walk you through the essential steps to ensure your CPU and cooler are spotless and ready for optimal performance. This is where the isopropyl alcohol and lint-free cloths come in. These are your best friends in the battle against grime and old thermal paste. Start by gently cleaning the contact plate of your CPU cooler. This is a crucial step because any residue left behind can affect the thermal conductivity. You'll likely see a layer of old, crusty thermal paste. This paste has served its purpose but now needs to be removed to make way for a fresh application. Apply a small amount of alcohol to your cloth and gently wipe away the paste. Don't scrub too hard. The goal is to clean without damaging the surface. You want to avoid scratching the surface. Scratches can create air pockets that reduce the efficiency of heat transfer. Repeat the process on the top of your CPU, cleaning the integrated heat spreader, or IHS. This ensures that both contact surfaces are free from contaminants. Once both surfaces are clean and shiny, set them aside to dry completely. This drying period is essential to ensure no moisture remains, which could interfere with the new thermal paste. Now, while those are drying, take this opportunity to clean your cooler's heatsink fins. Dust and debris can accumulate here, reducing airflow and cooling efficiency. Canned air works wonders for this, allowing you to blow away dust from hard-to-reach areas without causing damage. Alternatively, you can use a soft bristled brush to gently remove dust buildup. This method is particularly useful for stubborn dust that clings to the fins. With everything clean and dry, you can now reassemble your CPU and cooler. This meticulous cleaning process ensures that your system runs cooler and more efficiently, prolonging its lifespan and maintaining peak performance. Section 6. The Art of Thermal Paste Application. Alright, the moment we've all been waiting for. Applying the thermal paste. This is crucial for efficient heat transfer between your CPU and cooler. Now, when it comes to thermal paste, there are a lot of options out there. Personally, I'm a fan of Arctic MX4 for its ease of application and excellent performance. Noctua NTH1 and Corsair TM30 are solid choices too. The key here is to apply a small piece-sized amount of paste in the center of your CPU's IHS. Don't worry about spreading it out. The cooler will do that for you when you reattach it. Remember, less is more. Too much thermal paste can actually hinder heat transfer and nobody wants that. Section 7. Reassembly. Reconnecting the Powerhouse. With our freshly cleaned components and perfectly applied thermal paste, it's time to put everything back together. Carefully align your CPU with the socket on the motherboard, making sure to match the arrow or notch on the CPU with its corresponding mark on the socket. Gently lower the CPU into the socket. It should fall into place without much force. Once the CPU is seated, secure it by lowering the metal lever or latch. Now align your cooler with the mounting points on the motherboard, and secure it using the appropriate clips or screws. Again, be gentle and avoid over-tightening. Section 8. Testing. Back in action. We're almost there. Before you button up your case, it's crucial to test if everything is working correctly. Connect your monitor, keyboard, mouse, and power cable. Power up your PC, and keep your fingers crossed. If everything went according to plan, your system should boot up without a hitch. Keep an eye on your CPU temperature using monitoring software like HW Monitor or Core Temp. You should see significantly lower temperatures compared to before the cleaning. If everything checks out, congratulations! You've successfully deep cleaned your CPU and cooler like a pro. Section 9. Conclusion. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. That wasn't so bad, was it? By dedicating a bit of time and care, you've breathed new life into your PC's heart. Regular cleaning will not only keep your system running cool and quiet, but also prolong its lifespan. So, fire up your favorite game or demanding application and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And hey, if you ever feel like your PC needs a little TLC, you know where to find me. Until next time, stay dusty free.